go. Good morning, afternoon. This is Paul. We're here at Exotics Racing in Las Vegas, Nevada. Sitting here with Ted Spiro. We're in the Porsche 911 GT3. We're going to be out there doing 7 laps. Does that sound right to you?
It's good.
All right. So big things we're looking for when we get to that racetrack. The orange cones at the end of the straightaway, those are our braking cones. We're going to brake all the way to the first green cone. At the green, we ease off the brake. Nice smooth turn in down to that apex. Usually giving it just a little bit of throttle. Helps keep the car balanced as we get there. Once we clip that apex, we start unwinding the steering wheel. Then we're squeezing on the throttle as we track all the way out toward the green exit cone. We rush all the way down to the next corner so we can do it all over again. Sounds pretty easy, doesn't it?
Let's do it.
All right, I'll be watching the mirror so you don't have to worry about anything happening behind us. We just want you to keep your eyes up, looking as far ahead as possible. Any passing needs to take place on the track. My hand comes on the wheel with yours. If anybody needs to pass us, they have to wait till I turn our hazards on. And if we're passing them, we'll wait till we see their hazards before we go around them. All right, so we'll be doing the paddle shifters. Do you have any questions for me about the car or the track before we get going?
I'm ready.
All right, so with your foot on the brake, grab the lever, with the push on the button, pull it all the way down, and then over towards you. That puts it into first gear manual mode, so you'll be doing the shifting. I'll turn our little exhaust thing on so we make a little bit more noise.
Cool.
And we'll pull straight out and then head toward the left, toward the racetrack. So we'll head to the left, we'll come to a stop at that stop sign. Actually, you know what? If you're ready to go, we'll just go ahead and keep on rolling. We're going to head straight out toward the green cone right in front. Upshift one time. And one more. And we're going to go straight to the green cone. That's going to be our first turn in. Brake to it. Off the brake. Turn in nice and tight. Once we hit that apex, start squeezing as we unwind out. There we go. And braking it firm. Brake downshift one. Start easing off the brake, turn in nice and tight, staying tight to the apex, and right past them on the inside. There we go. And braking straight, hard brake, ease off the brake, turn in tight, easy on that throttle, coming back to the right side, light brake here, off the brake, turn in tight, wait for that apex, start unwinding, now squeezing on that throttle, brake straight to the green. Ease off the brake, turn in tight. And back on the throttle, coming to the right side. Done this before?
Love it, yep.
Light brake, turn in, back on the throttle, straight through. Braking straight to it, ease off the brake, turn in tight. Waiting for that apex, squeezing hard, coming out. How's you feeling so far?
Good.
Good.
Wow.
Yeah, I know, right? Braking hard. Downshift one. Start easing off, turn in, a little bit of throttle, staying tight to that apex.
Yeah, I could have done that better.
That's all right, we'll get on the next one. Braking straight. Keep braking, ease off, turn tight. A little bit of throttle. Right back on the right side, light brake. Off the brake, turn in tight. Easy coming up and over. Now start squeezing on it. And brake straight to the green. Ease off, turn in. We'll try and turn it a little bit later on that one.
Yeah.
That'll give us a better angle coming out. Light brake, turn in. Yeah, we want to get the car turned in a little bit more before we get back on the throttle.
Got it.
And right back on it, coming out. Brake down one. Start easing off. Now turn in. Past them on the outside. So a little bit extra brake because we're offline here. We'll just kind of hug this corner. Now start unwinding out, squeezing back on it. Braking straight. A little bit later this time. Off the brake, now turn in. And go right past them on the outside. So even at that slower speed, you felt we had more track to work with there. Light brake, turn in. Once we're quitting, now straight, back on the throttle. Brake straight. Ease off, turn in tight. A little tighter. Squeezing hard, coming out. Nice corner.
Thank you. Wow.
Brake on. Down one. Start easing off. Turn in. A little bit of throttle right away. Stay tight. Keep turning, keep turning, keep turning, keep turning, keep turning, keep turning. that apex. Now start squeezing on it. Braking straight. Wait for the green. Ease off. Stay tight. See, just that little bit early on the throttle takes all that weight off the front of the car. It really wants to push out every time. Turn it tight. Keep turning. Tail.
Inside?
Yep, inside. So a little bit extra brake here because we're offline. And now turn in. Right back on the throttle on the right side. Light brake, wait for that green, turn it tight. A little bit tighter this time. Keep turning, keep turning. Now start squeezing, coming out nice. Braking straight, wait for the green, just past it. Off the brake, turn in. Staying tight, start squeezing, coming out.
Yeah, that was helpful.
Right brake, turn in, get it straight, throttle. Brake, ease off, turn it a little tighter. Nice.
Love this thing.
Oh, it's so much fun, isn't it? Brake hard, downshift, ease off, turn in, staying tight, keep turning, stay a little bit tighter. Now squeeze, there we go. Tighter this time, get to that apex. Now start squeezing, coming out. Keep waiting for it. Right brake, turn it. Ease off, turn it tight.
GT3.
What?
Gotta show them how to do it.
Exactly. Show them how it's done. Right past them. So same thing. Braking a little more brake. Ease off. Turn in. A little bit of throttle. Back to the right side. Light brake. Going tight to the left. Wait for that apex. Now start squeezing, coming out. And braking straight all the way to the green. Ease off. Turn in. Back on the throttle, and that was our 7 laps.
Wow!
I know, it goes by quick, doesn't it? So we're gonna do what we call a cool down lap now. We'll just stay on the track, we'll kind of putt around the inside. Just let the brakes and everything cool down. So we'll go to the inside of the track and we'll just cruise about 40, 50 miles an hour and let a couple cars go by. So what did you think?
The shifting was insane.
It is. It's instant. It's so much fun. And of course, like you said, having it at 9,000 RPMs.
I wasn't expecting that.
No.
I mean, I've driven the Italia, I've driven the Z06,
yeah,
and I've driven the R8 V10.
Okay. So we got
nothing like that.
There's really not a lot of cars that compare to this thing, especially on the track. I mean, it just handles amazing. It's so amazing.
Man, that's a workout.
It is. It gives you. And like I said, as we're getting faster and faster, obviously things happen a lot faster.
Right.
So you've really got to be on your game when you're in this car. So what type of experience do you have?
Crazy.
Yeah.
Off the charts.
All right, so we'll cross to the other side of the track now.
Yeah, that was really helpful in that turn. That got cleaned up, I think, a lot towards the end.
Yeah, people's biggest problem is they don't go wide enough setting up for it. So we'll slide it right off here. So yeah, what they'll do is they'll try and turn it kind of short. So what you got to do is you got to be real wide coming in. You got to get to that apex, and once you get to that apex, that's when you kind of straighten off just a little bit to let the car settle. And once it settles, then you get hard back on the throttle, and you can whip it back in, just kind of going back across the track again. Put an automatic.
That's great.
Yeah. So overall, really, really good laps. What type of racing experience do you have?
I drive a Vet
Okay.
for at home.
That's it?
That's about it. I've been out here a couple times. I'm coming back again next month in June, so I'll probably be back.
Okay. Because I was going to say, I thought for some reason I was thinking it was your first time doing anything like this.
No,
like
no.
that first lap, like, no, I'm pretty sure you've done this before. Like nobody comes out of the gate like that and knows what they're doing, and being nice and controlled.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, no problem. So that's good right there. Throw her into park. Crank the wheel to the right for me. So the good thing about this car is it kind of tells us where we're at. 120 max speed, which is pretty good for this car, just
not shabby.
because it doesn't have the horsepower. I mean, when that turbo was in front of it, you just saw it just pulling away from us.
Yeah.
That's the horsepower difference. 1.5 G's.
It's
Not a lot of cars are going to do that.
crazy.
Yeah, I mean that's really getting around pretty good. Yeah, so I think hopefully we cleaned up that turn for you a little bit. Still a couple times early on you were kind of turning just a hair early. If you go out again or next time, really focus on that green cone. A little bit later turn in is always going to help you, especially on the tighter corners. But other than that, do you have any questions for me?
Awesome. Thank you.
Thanks for the good
Great
ride.
experience.
I always love going on fast rides where I don't have to work hard. I just get to go fast. That's my favorite thing.
Good stuff.
All right, so if you want, we'll go ahead and shut the car off. We'll get the video off. We'll get you back inside and see what the next move is.
Thank you.
You're welcome.